Legendary battles, Rome and the Germanic tribes. The epic clashes between Rome and the Germanic tribes gave rise to some of the most legendary battles in ancient history. These conflicts, marked by cunning strategies, dramatic reversals, and fierce combat, were pivotal in shaping the political and cultural landscape of Europe. The following legendary battles illustrate the ferocity and resilience of the Germanic tribes and the relentless determination of the Roman Empire to expand and defend its borders. 1. The Battle of Noreia 112 BCE. The first encounter. Background. The Cimbric and Teutonic tribes, migrating from northern Europe, clashed with Rome for the first time near Noreia, in what is now modern Austria. Outcome. Despite being outnumbered, the Germanic tribes overwhelmed the Roman forces. This battle exposed Rome's unpreparedness for the scale and tactics of the Germanic migration. Legacy. The defeat marked the beginning of a prolonged struggle between Rome and the Germanic peoples. 2. The Battle of Orazio 105 BCE. A Roman catastrophe. Background. Following a series of smaller engagements, the migrating Cimbri and Teutons inflicted one of Rome's worst defeats at Orazio, modern Orange, France. The battle. Poor coordination between Roman generals led to a disastrous defeat. The Germanic coalition destroyed the Roman army, killing over 80,000 soldiers. Impact. This humiliating loss forced Rome to reform its military, laying the groundwork for the Marian reforms, which professionalized the legions and improved their discipline and flexibility. 3. The Battle of c60 102 BCE. Rome strikes back. Commander, Gaius Marius, the Roman general responsible for reforming the legions. The battle, near modern Aixen province, Marius lured the Teutons into an ambush. The Romans crushed the Germanic forces, reportedly killing tens of thousands. Legacy. This victory was a turning point, allowing Rome to regain control over its northern frontiers and paving the way for Marius' triumph over the Cimbri at Vercelli the following year. 4. The Battle of the Teutoburg Forest 9 CE. The ambush that shook the empire. Background. Seeking to establish a Roman province in Germania, Emperor Augustus stationed 3 legions under Publius Quinctilius Varus in the region. The battle. Arminius, a Cherusci chieftain and former Roman ally, orchestrated a massive ambush in the dense forests of Teutoburg. Over 3 days, Arminius' forces annihilated Varus' legions, killing nearly 20,000 Roman soldiers. Impact. The defeat forced Rome to abandon its plans for expansion beyond the Rhine. The Rhine became the de facto northern boundary of the empire. Arminius became a Germanic folk hero, though his victory could not unify the fractured tribes. 5. The Battle of the Weser River 16 CE. Rome's vengeance. Commander, Germanicus, the adopted son of Emperor Tiberius, led a campaign to avenge the Teutoburg disaster. The battle. Germanicus' forces confronted Arminius near the Weser River. Despite Arminius' guerrilla tactics, the Roman legions emerged victorious. Outcome. Rome inflicted heavy casualties on the Germanic tribes but failed to reassert control over Germania. Arminius' legend grew, but his coalition of tribes disintegrated due to internal rivalries. 6. The Marcomannic Wars, 166 to 180 CE. A war of attrition. Background. The Marcomanni, Quadi, and other Germanic tribes launched a large-scale invasion of Roman territories along the Danube during the reign of Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Key battles. Battle of Carnuntum, 171 CE. The Romans secured a decisive victory, temporarily stabilizing the Danube frontier. Siege of Aquincum, 174 CE. Germanic forces besieged the Roman city, but were repelled by Marcus Aurelius' disciplined legions. Legacy. The Marcomannic Wars drained Rome's resources and highlighted the growing threat posed by the Germanic tribes. Marcus Aurelius' death ended plans for permanent Roman control of Germanic territories. 7. The Battle of Abertus, 251 CE. The Goths' triumph. Background. As the Goths moved southward, they clashed with Rome in the Balkans. The battle. Emperor Decius, leading a Roman army, engaged the Goths at Aberdus, modern Bulgaria. Decius and his son were killed, marking the first time a Roman emperor fell in battle against a Germanic foe. Impact. The loss shook Roman confidence and marked the beginning of the empire's struggles to manage the Gothic threat. 8. The Battle of Adrianople, 378 CE. A decisive turning point. Background. The Visigoths, mistreated by Roman officials after being allowed to settle within the empire, rebelled against Roman authority. The battle. Emperor Valens, eager to crush the rebellion, engaged the Visigoths near Adrianople, modern Edirne, Turkey, without waiting for reinforcements. The Roman army was decisively defeated, and Valens was killed. Impact. Adrianople exposed the Roman Empire's vulnerabilities and Roman Empire. It highlighted the internal weaknesses of Rome, including political instability, economic decline, and its inability to manage relations with the Germanic tribes. Alaric's sack of Rome marked a turning point in the transformation of the Roman world, signaling the shift of power toward Germanic leadership in Europe. 10. The capture of Carthage, 439 CE. The Vandals take North Africa. Leader, Gaiseric, the cunning king of the Vandals, led his people in one of the most strategic victories over Rome. The event, after migrating through Gaul and Spain, the Vandals crossed into North Africa. Gaiseric captured Carthage, one of the wealthiest provinces of the Western Roman Empire, without significant resistance. The Vandals seized the Roman fleet, establishing themselves as a dominant naval power in the Mediterranean. Impact. The loss of North Africa crippled the Western Roman Empire, cutting off its grain supply and further weakening its economy. Gaiseric's naval raids, including the sack of Rome in 455 CE, established the Vandals as one of the most formidable Germanic powers. 11. The sack of Rome, 455 CE. The Vandals strike the heart of Rome. Leader, Gaiseric, leading the Vandals from their North African base, launched a raid on Rome. The event, unlike Alaric's sack, Gaiseric's raid involved more extensive destruction and looting. The Vandals plundered treasures, desecrated monuments, and took captives. Legacy. The word vandalism originates from this event, symbolizing wanton destruction. The sack underscored the complete vulnerability of Rome and further accelerated its decline. 12. The Battle of the Catalonian Plains, 451 CE. The last stand against the Huns. Background. Although this battle primarily involved the Huns under Attila, it was a coalition of Romans and Germanic tribes that resisted the Hun invasion. The battle, led by Roman general Flavius Aetius and Visigothic king Theodoric I, the allied forces clashed with the Huns at the Catalonian Plains, modern France. The battle ended in a stalemate, but it was a strategic victory for the Roman-Germanic alliance as Attila was forced to retreat. Impact. This battle highlighted the shifting alliances between Rome and Germanic tribes. The Visigoths, once enemies of Rome, became critical allies in preserving parts of Roman territory. 13. The fall of Romulus Augustulus, 476 CE. The end of the Western Roman Empire. Event. Odoacer, a Germanic chieftain of the Siri tribe, overthrew Romulus Augustulus, the last emperor of the Western Roman Empire. Odoacer declared himself king of Italy, effectively ending Roman rule in the West. Legacy. The deposition of Romulus Augustulus marked the end of the ancient Roman Empire in the West and the beginning of Germanic dominance in former Roman territories. Germanic kingdoms, such as those of the Ostrogoths and Franks, absorbed and preserved elements of Roman culture and governance. 14. The final stand of the Ostrogoths, 552 CE. The Battle of Mons Lactarius. Background. After the fall of Rome, the Ostrogoths established a kingdom in Italy under Theodoric the Great. However, during the Byzantine reconquest under Emperor Justinian, the Ostrogoths were gradually defeated. The battle. At Mons Lactarius, near Naples, the last Ostrogothic king, Teia, made a valiant stand against Byzantine forces. Despite their bravery, the Ostrogoths were defeated, ending their reign in Italy. Legacy. This battle marked the final chapter in the Roman-Germanic Wars. The Byzantine victory temporarily restored Roman rule in Italy, but Germanic influence remained strong throughout Europe. 15. The legacy of legendary battles. The legendary battles between Rome and the Germanic tribes were more than just military encounters. They were defining moments in the history of Europe. These clashes shaped the transition from the Roman Empire to the early medieval world. Key themes: adaptation and resilience. The Germanic tribes, though often outmatched in terms of resources and technology, adapted their tactics and formed alliances to challenge Roman dominance. Transformation of power. These battles marked the decline of centralized Roman authority and the rise of decentralized Germanic kingdoms that would define medieval Europe. Cultural synthesis. While the battles were fierce, the eventual integration of Roman and Germanic traditions created a new European identity that blended Roman law, Christianity, and Germanic customs.